Well, welcome everybody back to the Figure Kit Garage, fellow resin heads and kit builders. Brent Krug back with another out-of-the-box review. The kit you see on the table is the second release in the series of characters based on the 1993 film Tombstone. This piece, titled I Want Your Blood, is a 1/4 scale bust of the character Johnny Ringo, portrayed by actor Michael Biehn. This bust is in 10 pieces, 6 3D printed, and 4 traditionally resin cast pieces with a length of wire that also comes with the kit. And for a hybrid kit, and this being the second in the Tombstone series, Daniele Danko Angelozzi once again handled the digital sculpting beautifully. The 3D printing and casting by Michael Allen shows the level of quality that Sweet Life Productions once again are putting into kits of these characters that they want to see done. This bust, when fully completed, is 11.5 inches tall, 5.5 inches wide, and 4.5 inches deep, and retails for $170 plus shipping. So altogether, with my shipping charges, it was $190. For a 1/4 scale bust that goes perfectly with the Doc Holliday that I reviewed a couple years back, this is a beautiful addition to this set. And give you an up-close look at the finished piece. You know, really, really nicely done. And we'll start looking at these pieces that comprise Mr. Ringo. And first are these are the little tassels that will hang from the drawstrings at the end of his hat. And that's what this length of wire is meant to be. It will attach to the underside of his hat and then attach to the tassels as well. And then we have the Colt single action revolver, and it's only partially done, unlike Doc's, which was printed all the way through. This will just sit in the holster, and you'll see exactly how this all fits together, but this is really nicely printed. And Michael Allen handled the 3D printing duties very, very well. And then the end of the sash that Johnny wears in the film, as well as other members of the Cowboys, they were defined by the red sashes that they wore. And this is just the tail end piece. The rest is cast onto the main body. The right hand as well, 3D printed. You know, very nice level of detail. No cleanup whatsoever that I have found on this kit anywhere, including the 3D printed parts. So the level of professionalism in prepping these after they've been cast and 3D printed really blows me away. I'm very impressed with how well they did this. And then this will be the left hand and the gun belt that Johnny wears in the film. You know, beautifully sculpted by Mr. Angelozzi. I mean, he really, really paid attention to every last detail of this character. And when you see the level of detail on the main body, and especially the portrait of Johnny Ringo, you'll understand what I mean by attention to detail. We move on to the hat that he wears in the film. Just look at the detail in that band around the brim of his hat. Just beautiful. And the wool texture all the way around that hat, and even on the underside, is just amazing. Very high quality. And as I said, practically no cleanup at all. Maybe a little bit of sanding around the brim, edge of the hat brim, but that's really it. And the detail, as I said, that wool hat texture extends to the underside. So really, really beautiful work. And the right arm, I'm going to try and get in so you guys can see that. Look at the wool texture in that jacket sleeve. And you can feel that. That's just not there for looks. You can actually feel that rubbing your fingers along it. Just beautifully done in the seam line, down the center. Prepped already. Might have to do just a little bit more, but that seam will not be visible at all once the arm is attached. You can see the threads and the buttons, for crying out loud. No detail was spared. Just everything fits perfectly with the character, the outfit. This is just gorgeous. And then the base, as with the Doc Holliday, the wood grain texture all the way around. Very, standard with these kits. They're not going to do any different bases for the characters. They're all going to be the same no matter what. And then we come down to it. Now, unlike Doc with the right and left arm, excuse me, and the portrait being separate, Johnny Ringo's left arm and portrait were cast onto the main body. So this is all one shot. And even on the shirt that he wears in the film, you can see the embroidered dragon, right on the top of that, on the front of that shirt, and then the shirt detail and the rest of that jacket. And this piece is absolutely gorgeous. And then the scarf that he wears. I mean, my God, you would play 8 levels of hell just trying to hand sculpt that. I don't think you could pull that off. That small of a detail in a 1/4 scale piece, you'd really, really be pushing trying to sculpt that by hand. Painting it is going to be even more fun, to say the least. All the cloth texture up on the collar. This is just amazing. These guys wanted a really high quality kit, and they got what they asked for from their sculptor. I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. And then we come to the portrait of actor Michael Biehn as Johnny Ringo. The likeness is spot on. 100% perfect spot on likeness. The pores in the skin, the mustache, the way that he had it shaped in the film, the little goatee under the chin, the hair texture. I mean, you would swear this thing was hand sculpted, but it's not. This was all done digitally. Just all around 100% perfect kit of Johnny Ringo. And this kit is not a limited edition. There's no numbered quantity on this. The Doc Holliday bust is still available as of this review. So for those of you who didn't jump on it, I'm going to give you a recommendation. Get them, because they are so worth the price. In the base, it's a little bit of wiggle. I'll break this thing. Be my luck, that's exactly what I do. Angle the camera up so you guys can see me fit this thing together piece by piece. Now I might be droning on about how beautiful this kit is, but it has to be seen in person to be really, really appreciated. Mr. Angelozzi definitely did his homework when it came to getting the look and feel of the character correct. a little bit for this piece here. I could not be any happier with the price that I paid for this. It is so worth it, it's crazy. And then the sash itself, there's a little tab here on the underside. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's say it's going to fit just... Oh. Can't say I didn't give it the old college try. But it'll fit about like that. I don't think the putty's going to hold that in place very well, so I'm going to leave that down. But once it's glued in, it'll fit really well. I do want to get that revolver set into the gun belt. I was very surprised looking up references for this character, how many cosplayers there are that actually cosplay as Johnny Ringo. I'm not going to lie, I was really shocked. It's a very popular character to cosplay, and a lot of people love the outfit. In there. And the hat. And there you have the deadliest pistolier since Wild Bill, Johnny Ringo. Really, really excellent piece. If you're on the fence about whether or not you should get this, do so. It is so worth it. It is crazy. I want to thank all the folks at Sweet Life Productions, their customer service in notifying me when my kit was ready to ship, sending me the invoice through PayPal, and everything that they did to make this transaction as smooth as possible. You guys are the best. Terry Higgins, John Allred, everybody. You guys are definitely swinging for the fences without any shame whatsoever. And you have every right to. Big bucket of wind to Daniele Danko Angelozzi for the digital sculpting that he did on this. Really, really amazing. I can't wait to see what the next one out of Tombstone is going to be. I can only imagine. So for this review of Johnny Ringo, I Want Your Blood, from the 1993 film Tombstone, produced by Sweet Life Productions. This has been the Figure Kit Garage. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Build a kit.